I thought getting promoted would feel like a win. It didn't. It felt like a trap disguised as a compliment. It started on a Friday afternoon, the kind of day when everyone's half checked out, thinking about weekend plans. My manager called me into a quick chat. I thought it was routine. It wasn't. She smiled, that overly practiced leadership smile that doesn't reach the eyes, and said, "We've been so impressed with your initiative. We'd like to promote you to lead coordinator." I froze. I should have felt proud. Instead, I felt tired. Because I knew what came next. There was no talk of a raise. No mention of a title change in the system. Just a temporary transition, a chance to show leadership qualities, and a stepping stone for future opportunities. Corporate code for more work, same pay. But I said yes. Because that's what we're taught to do. Say yes to opportunity, be grateful. Be flexible. Be a team player. The next few weeks were chaos. I was doing the work of two people, running reports, training new hires, cleaning up everyone's messes. And still, I was the one being told, "You're doing amazing, just hang in there." The praise felt hollow. Because when your boundaries are gone, compliments just sound like control. Then came the breaking point. We were short-staffed for the third week in a row. My coworker, let's call her Danielle, had been calling off sick every Monday. The manager pulled me aside and said, "I need you to cover her projects too. You're the most reliable." And that word, reliable, hit like a slap. Because in corporate language, reliable means the one we can overwork without complaint. I went home that night and opened my laptop at 9 p.m. to finish a report that wasn't even mine. My youngest walked in and asked, "Are you still working?" I said, "Just a few more minutes," but I didn't stop for another 2 hours. That's when I realized this wasn't a promotion. It was punishment disguised as praise. By week 6, I was burnt out, snapping at everyone and drinking coffee like medicine. Then, the moment that changed everything, I found out something that made my stomach drop. Danielle, the coworker who kept calling off. She'd been offered the official promotion. With the pay. With the title. And she had the nerve to come to my desk and say, "You've been doing great training me. Management said they couldn't have chosen me without your help." I smiled. Not because I was okay. But because I finally saw the game for what it was. They weren't rewarding loyalty. They were exploiting it. That night, I stayed late again, but this time, not to finish work. To write my resignation. I didn't make a scene. Didn't rage quit. I just wrote, "Effective 2 weeks from today. Thank you for the experience." The next morning, I handed it in quietly. My manager blinked like she didn't expect it. "Is something wrong?" she asked. I said, "No, I just realized I was promoted into burnout, not leadership." Her smile cracked for the first time. By the time my last day came, the department was crumbling. Projects were late. New hires were quitting. And Danielle? She was drowning in work she didn't understand. 2 months later, I got an email from a former teammate. "Hey, guess who they asked to come back as a consultant, for double the pay?" Yeah. That's the thing about office karma. When you stop chasing approval and start protecting your energy, everything shifts. The same people who overworked you will eventually realize you were holding the place together. And when that realization hits, it doesn't come with an apology. It comes with silence. The kind that sounds a lot like regret. So now, every time someone says, "We see leadership potential in you," I pause and ask, "Are you seeing my potential, or are you planning to use it?" Because not all recognition is respect. And not every opportunity is worth the cost of peace. That's the thing about promotions that aren't real, they don't build you up. They just reveal who was never planning to. The lesson? Don't chase titles. Chase alignment. Because real promotions don't drain you, they elevate you. And office karma? Always pays in full.